Welcome back, Golden Knights. I'm Rebecca Weiss, a social worker at Highview in Miller.
And I'm Allison Kirsch. I'm the school social worker at the middle school and high school.
And you could be reached by phone or email.
Here's our contact information.
So, something we want to talk to you today about is Family University. Family University can be found on the Nanuet website. The address for Family University is www.nanuetsd.org/family_university.com. This is part of the Family University Support Series, and something we want to shed light on is self-care and coping for adults and children.
So there's been a lot of changes during this pandemic. There's been masks that we have to wear. There's distance that we have to keep between our friends and family. Some of us have experienced loss. Well, we've all experienced some sort of loss, whether it's activities you can't do, friends and family you can't see, or maybe people you have lost. So sometimes this loss and change can cause a lot of stress and anxiety.
So something that we like to work with our kids on, our students on, is kind of focusing on what we can control and what we can't control. And all of these handouts actually are available on Family University. So we'd love to see you utilize the page and print them out for your family and post them around the house. So some of the things I can control is I can control my attitude. I can look at the glass half full. I can also be grateful for everything I have. I can control washing my hands and keeping myself safe and using and following proper social distancing procedures. Some of the things that I can't control, unfortunately, are taking classes online or homeschooling, the hybrid. I can't control the safety rules in the community. I can't control if my favorite restaurant or museum is closed, but that's okay, because if I go in thinking and knowing that I can't control it, I've already controlled it. So I've already eased that stress level.
So as we talk about things we can and can't control, it's also really important for you as parents and adults to have self-care and to take care of yourself. So here are some quick coping tips for you as parents that you can do for yourself to model for your children some really good ways to handle stress and anxiety. So it's important to be physically active, whether it's taking a walk or going for a run or doing a virtual exercise class, or maybe even some of you have gone back to the gym. Maybe some mindful movement. Sometimes using humor can be really helpful in times of stress and anxiety, and it helps your children see that, maybe this isn't so scary and so bad if my mom or my dad is laughing during this time. Journal writing, spiritual religious practices, some deep breathing exercises, visualization, maybe visualizing what this is going to look like when it's all over, because as we know, this is temporary. This is not going to be forever. Staying in contact with family and loved ones, and eating and sleeping well.
So this handout can also be found on Family University. It's just a graphic handout that could give you some possible calming solutions. It's actually great to have a visual around the house to remind us of different things we can do, because unfortunately when we get stressed out, it's hard for us to remember things that calm us down. So this also can be found on Family University.
And just like we have to take care of ourselves, there are ways that we can help our children cope and our teenagers cope. So some strategies to use with young children are spending time with them, comforting them, engaging in play, really being present and not on our phones or having the news in the background. Establishing a routine that's structured. Structure really calms anxiety, and having a plan so things aren't all over the place. And also it's important to know that behaviors and emotional issues that children maybe have had might regress during this time, because this is a really unusual time, filled with stress and anxiety. Helping teenagers cope, it's important to really model flexibility and good communication. You want to provide support and listen to their feelings and their concerns. You want to give them, the space they need. It's important to not be overbearing, and encourage them to really find friends and other trusted adults to share their concerns with. And that's really, you know, what we're here for children and adolescents, and for you as well.
So the bottom line is, on the website there's actually a section at the bottom that says support for crises or whatever it is that you need. So you could actually find the resources Ms. Kirsch is about to speak about on Family University.
Okay, so as we said, there is always help available, and there's also crisis services. So if there is an emergency, or you're worried about your child's safety, if they, you know, speak about hurting themselves, or fears about, not, wanting to go on anymore, things of that nature, there are crisis services that can help. There's a 24-hour crisis text line, which a lot of the teenagers actually like to use, because this way they don't have to talk to someone over the phone. Sometimes it's just easier to text your feelings. And there's, of course, a suicide prevention lifeline. And there's an interpersonal domestic violence lifeline as well. So as Mrs. White said, these are all going to be found on the website. And there's also a Rockland County crisis line. It's the Rockland Behavioral Health Response Team, and that's also on the website. And their services are free. They're 24 hours, and they will come to your house if you're concerned about your child's safety, if they say something that's concerning, if they're acting in a concerning way. So it's important to know that all of these resources are listed on the website. And then if you need a little more support, there's something called the New York Project Hope Emotional Support Helpline. Again, a lot of the information that I shared on this video can be found on that website. It's a really useful and helpful resource. And they have a helpline as well, and their number is 1-844-863-9314, and they're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. So again, please, feel free to reach out to us if you have concerns about your child, or even, your family member. We can certainly be there to support you and lead you in the right direction.
Let's have a great year.